Good morning, good morning, good morning. So happy day 4. And I just want to tell you all that I really appreciate all of the support. I appreciate all of the wonderful comments. And also, again, I want to remind you that if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message. You can send me a message privately, or you can just kind of put it at the bottom if you want to. And I'll be happy to answer any of those questions. So, again, I'm excited. And I feel like I know for me, it's like I'm going through it all over again and I'm refreshing on some things for myself. And I hope that at this point, you kind of have some things that you have been working through and thinking about. And I know that this week I've given you quite a bit of food for thought and things to think about. And we really had to do so far some digging. Okay. And so next couple of days, we'll do a little bit more digging, but hopefully I've given you some good resources and techniques that you can use that will help you as we go along this 21-day journey. So today I've got some really good information as well. I do have, some paper that I'm using because I want to make sure I stay on track. My goal is not to make an hour-long video. I want to be able to give you a summarized version of this information, but enough information so that you can do the self-work at home, okay? So forgive me in advance if you see me looking at my paper because I'm just trying to stay on track so the video doesn't get too long. So let's do a recap. So day 1, we basically defined the narrative and what that means. Day 2, we talked about the importance of your narrative and why we need to make sure that we have a strong narrative. And day 3, we did damn trigger techniques, okay? So today's title is Baggage Handlers Needed. Yes, and this is very fitting, okay? So baggage handlers needed. Where did that come from? Have you ever been driving down the street and you saw a male or a female and they have like this basket and this basket has all kind of stuff in it? I mean, one day I was driving down the street and I saw this woman and she had one of the grocery store baskets and it was stacked high. And she was really like trying to control it and trying to hold it and keep it from falling off. And she's trying to push it down the sidewalk and the sidewalk was uneven and it was almost tumbling over, but you get my whole point. You've seen what I'm talking about. And if you're looking at this, you're kind of judging and you're like, what are they doing with all that junk? And yes, you said junk. You don't want to tell the truth, but I'm saying what you said. You said junk. And if you look in that basket, it's a whole lot of assortment of things. And so one day as I was driving, I was like, you know what? I'm looking at them and I saw one time there was this man and he had 2 baskets and both of them were full. I mean, they weren't overflowing, but they were full. And it was just an assortment of things there. And I was like, that's exactly how I feel. I feel like that I'm trying to navigate life with these baskets full of stuff. And I feel like these baskets are, out of control. Like I'm trying to push them down the sidewalk and they're out of control and I can't get over the cracks in the curb. It's uneven. I don't have a ramp. I'm sorry. I feel like that. And it just really made me start thinking on, what makes me different from this man or this woman that I saw pushing these baskets down the sidewalk with all kind of stuff in it. That's basically what I look like on the inside. People can't see it because, we put on this smile and we have everything all together. And that's not the truth for most of us. Most of us are literally probably trying to navigate 3 baskets. You only saw 1 or 2 because that's all you can see us pushing, but we're going to go back and go get the other basket. Okay. So this is just something that really, was on my heart and I was thinking about it. And so as I was thinking about it, I was sitting at the airport one day. And while I was at the airport, I was looking out the window and I was just kind of, evaluating life and just thinking about, where am I at, trying to do introspection, trying to figure things out. And as I was looking out the window, I saw the baggage handlers. And the baggage handlers were, moving fast and throwing the luggage, and it looked like it was chaos, and it looked like they was tearing everybody's luggage up, and one guy was in the plane pitching it out, and the other guys trying to keep it on the ramp and throwing it to either on the little car or to the side, or it was a lot going on. And so I was just thinking about that, and I was like, wow, that's pretty much what I need to be thinking about for my life. What have I done in my life? Why am I not doing a good job with handling the baggage that comes my way? So even though it looked like what they were doing as they were trying to load all this luggage, this baggage off these planes, it looked like it was chaotic. I did some research, and guess what I found out? Because I'm thinking, they are moving awfully fast. They are throwing this stuff every which way. They have to be making some mistakes, okay? But here's what I found out. According to the U.S. Department of Transportation, there's only a 1% chance that your luggage will be lost. 1% chance. I couldn't believe it. I was like, 1% chance, the way that they're throwing that everywhere, 1% chance. So that really made me start thinking, okay, so it has to be something to this. So because I was curious, I just did a little bit of research, just trying to look and see what the job responsibilities of a baggage handler, what that looks like. So the job role is they need to be able to sort luggage at a fast pace and into the right aircraft or location, and experience with directing a high volume of baggage. Okay, so then you would think, okay, you've seen a baggage handler, so what skills I need? I just need to be able to, physically do it, but that's not true. So what they need some of the requirements in order for you to be a baggage handler at the airport is they do a strict security background check. They also need a medical check to make sure you're physically fit. And they need to have good communication skills. Imagine that. I don't think I saw them talking, but I didn't need to see them talking. They must have been communicating some kind of way. And here's the last one that really got me: time management. Time management. They got to be able to have good time management. So if I look at all those things as my own personal baggage handler over this aircraft right here, I was lacking. Okay, I can guarantee you that my percentage was much higher than 1%. So that really made me start thinking about, so what do I need to do? It was just profound for me to even see and to understand that my life was like the baggage handlers. Like I was not doing a good job personally as my own personal baggage handler, which helped me to come up with the topic of today, which is baggage handlers needed. So something that I think that we need to know, here are some personality traits and some characteristics that typically lead to us not being good baggage handlers over our own lives. Okay, so the first type of personality, I'm gonna try to go through this fairly quickly so I don't make this too long. So the first type of personality that likely does not handle their own personal baggage well would be a people pleaser. A people pleaser. So basically they volunteered to hold other people's baggage. They want to help everybody. They want to make sure that everybody is happy, and they do whatever it takes to make everybody happy. And basically what they do is they put everybody and everything before themselves. That's a people pleaser. The next type of person is a controlling person, controlling behaviors. And basically the controller is a manipulator. Now, when you say manipulator, you think about it in bad terms, but their intentions are not always bad. They just manipulate. That's what they know how to do. So the manipulator, they take on baggage that they will believe will negatively impact them at some point. So they only take baggage that's going to some kind of way down the road affect them negatively. So you try to control and you try to orchestrate your baggage and whoever's close to you, their baggage too, because you don't want it to negatively impact you at some point. And again, I just need to reiterate that this is mainly an attempt to reduce the chances that it's going to personally affect me down the road. Okay. Now, here's something to know about a controlling person. Most controlling people will say that they are not controlling. And they'll also say that they are so selfless. They are very, very, very selfless people. They are nothing like selfish at all. Okay, so they're kind of in denial about, their behavioral characteristics. So the next one would be codependent. Codependent, they basically feel like they don't have a choice in the matter. So they allow family members to go ahead and drop off their luggage, their baggage at any time. And basically they feed off of that neediness though. They some kind of way they get something out of feeling needed for the family or friends or wherever. It's some kind of satisfaction that they get out of it, even though in the end they're not happy because they basically taken on everybody else's luggage. Okay, so they felt like they didn't have a choice. And how many times have you had somebody or some type of situation that you had to handle, but you felt like you were obligated to be the one in the family to take care of those situations, and you know that does not end. It's not a good result. Okay, and then the last person I want to talk about is the enabler. Basically, the enabler is the encourager, and they make it all happen. So what they do is they avoid confrontation in order to ease tension. And they also continue to bail people out and ignore that person's real problems. So they help negate any type of consequences that's brought on by that person that has the problem. So that's going to be your enabler, okay? So they're encourager, they encourage it all. So these are just some personality traits that I want you to think about, and they are considered the most common. Okay, so I want you to sit back and reflect and think about which one of these do you fall in. Maybe you're a combination of all of them, but either way it goes, if you do have any of those personality or behaviors, it's going to prevent you from being able to handle your own personal baggage effectively. Okay, so in conclusion, as I close out this video, learn how to sort your baggage quickly, just like they do at the airport. It looks chaotic, but it works. They only have a 1% chance that you're going to lose your baggage. Keep it moving. Give the baggage back to whoever it belongs to. You don't have to continue to carry it. Once the veil is taken off your eyes, it's your responsibility to address it. You can't keep going on like it's not happening. You know it's happening. You know that you've become too heavy and have too much baggage. We got to start doing something about it. Be mindful of these personality traits. And because when you start to see these traits coming, I can guarantee you that you're going to start mishandling it, and you're going to start feeling heavy again, and then you're going to start being depressed, and you're going to get back in that dark place because once again, you've allowed it to get out of control. And just be intentional about becoming your own personal baggage handler. Be intentional about that. Think about it. Don't just let people drop stuff off. Don't just accept stuff. You need to learn how to keep it moving and to say, like I told you yesterday, next. That's very important. And the last thing that I'm going to leave you with is one thing. So even aircrafts have a weight limit. There's a certain amount of people they can have on the plane, and there's a certain amount of luggage they can have on the plane. And they have a weight limit in order for them to fly safely and efficiently. So look back over things and evaluate where you are. And if today you are just like one of the people that I described in the beginning of the video, you have the baskets, I'm going to encourage you to really be intentional and to think about the fact that it's time for you to hire your own internal personal baggage handler. You got to be intentional about it, okay? Be intentional about the type of baggage you have and making life so heavy. It's time for us to move lighter. Again, you can't get things if you're already full. All right, so I hope that was some good information for you. I know it was quick because, again, I want to keep these videos short, but think about it again, okay? Look over everything. This is day 4. So for tonight, my action for you is to sort out all the baggage. It's time to get rid of it and only carry what you need. So hopefully there was some good nuggets for you. You have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow for day 5. Peace.